What's going on, guys? So if you're wondering why the Gotham review is late and why I'm dressed like this, well, this week has been crazy and I just got back from a funeral for an older gentleman that I used to work with. Rest in peace, J.E. You were a dirty, crazy old man, but I fucking loved you, bro. Sleep well. Anyways, guys, let's go ahead and jump into this. Now, if you saw my trailer breakdown of this episode, you know that a lot of things we talked about in that video end up happening in this episode. Gordon jumping through the window was because Barnes was going to shoot at him and he was trying to get away. Those assassins that I didn't think were going to be a part of the Court of Owls but could have been a part of the Court of Owls were actually the Court of Owls. And it looks like our Riddler Penguin feud is going to be held off for another episode or two because we had a little twist in what's going on in that whole little shenanigans. So let's go ahead and start right there with Penguin and Riddler, and we saw that Isabella is officially dead, and that totally sucks because one, I wanted my theory to happen where she was gonna show up and she was gonna be like, Penguin killed me, and that's how the whole, well, Penguin tried to kill me is what I should say. It would be really different, you know what I mean. Anyways, so I was kind of hoping that was gonna be the theory, that she was gonna survive somehow, show up, tell Nygma that Penguin tried to kill her, and that's how the feud was going to start, and we would have had this nice little couple duo versus Penguin versus Butch and freaking, you know, everybody. But that's not going to happen. She is dead again, and unfortunately, that blows because I feel like that actress that plays Isabella and Miss Kringle is great, and I love the personality that she brings to those characters, and I wish they would have just developed that character more, but she's died twice, so I don't think we're going to see that actress for a third time unless Indian Hill shows up and starts bringing people back to life, but I don't think Gotham's going to keep using that storyline, so I'm pretty sure Miss Kringle, aka Isabella, is dead for sure. The death of Isabella led Nygma to be depressed. Penguin was trying to get him out of the depression and said, you need to cope, you need to move on, you need to get ahead of this. So he decided to go pay his last respects to where she died, and that is when the Nygma brain started going, and he was like, how the hell is this possible? She was 4 blocks from her freaking house. There's no way she fell asleep at the wheel and freaking fell asleep 4 blocks from her house and died right here. There just ain't no fucking way. And then freaking homeless dude shows up and he's like, oh yeah, man, I heard the whole thing. She was screaming and shit. He was like, she was screaming, motherfucker? You can't be asleep and be screaming unless you got sleep apnea and you fucking screaming, you're sleeping shit. But whatever. I don't even think that's the same shit. But you know what I mean? So the Nygma brain is all like, oh, motherfucker, I gotta investigate this whole shit. So he's all over there. He goes to go check on the car, and he's like, why the hell didn't the GCPD freaking find these broken cable thingy-me-bop and cut brake cables? I can't even talk right now because I'm so excited. But anyways, so Nygma is all going through all of the motions, and he's all like, that means somebody paid him off. Somebody paid off this freaking cop guy who has that kind of influence, and he doesn't think it's going to be Penguin because him and Penguin are like, ooh, Nygma isn't going to think it's Penguin because they're all bros and shit, so who is the most logical person that would want freaking Nygma to hurt? It would be Butch. Well, in his eyes, I mean, obviously you would think it would be Penguin, but we're the viewers, so we know that. But Nygma would think it's Butch because he freaking betrayed Butch. Now Butch wants to get back at him, so he killed Isabella. And now it's going to be Riddler and Penguin versus Butch and what's-her-face. So, Tabitha. The Penguin-Riddler feud is going to be put off for another episode at least. Although in the next episode, it seems like Nygma is going to freaking kidnap Butch and Tabitha, and that is where he's going to find out the whole truth. They're going to be like, we didn't kill your damn fiance or whoever, not fiance, but we didn't kill your damn girlfriend, blah, 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 blah. And Penguin's going to be like, or not Penguin, Nygma's going to be like, well, who could it be? And they're probably going to find out that it's Penguin, and the feud will start on the following episode or at the end of that episode. But I don't see how they can go that much longer if he's going to kidnap Butch and Tabitha. I burped. They're going to eventually say it now. Nygma could be like, you're a liar, blah, 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 blah. And then Butch is probably going to be like, look, man, I can tell you we've been here this whole time, blah, blah, blah. See what happens on the next episode. I'll more than likely do a trailer breakdown for that episode as well. From there, let's go ahead and move on to the Barnes-Gordon storyline. Now, I told you guys he wasn't going to be Bane. I said this a million times. And now that his storyline is pretty much over, he is not Bane. We saw him at the end after Gordon shoots him. Luckily, he didn't kill him. Gordon doesn't want to be a killer anymore. So he freaking shot Barnes in the shoulder, and you know, he actually didn't get shot by shotguns or whatever. With that, the GCPD knew that Barnes was infected with Alice's blood, so instead of just sending him to jail, he needed to be sent to Arkham because he's crazy and he's been killing people and this stuff is affecting his brain. Now, it's going to be interesting now that this whole thing is over with, because at the end they showed him in a straitjacket and he was all guilty, guilty, and he just kept saying that shit over and over. He's not anybody that we know of, and apparently one of you guys sent me on Twitter that that he himself, Michael Chiklis, said that Barnes is going to be a completely new character and it's not going to be somebody that we know from the comics. So it could be anybody. I think they should still make him lock up, but whatever. He's not the Judge. He's not Solomon Grundy. He's not Bane. He's not anybody we said. He's going to be a new character. Still think he should be locked up. But what is interesting now is that Barnes is in Arkham, guys. Who else is in Arkham? Who else is in Arkham? The motherfucking Mad Hatter is in I was gonna say Garkham. Fucking Garkham. Do you see what this means, guys? Mad Hatter is in freaking Arkham. Barnes is in freaking Arkham. Mad Hatter is obsessed with Alice. He knows that Alice is inside of Barnes. Oh, I smell it. I smell it. I smell a team up happening there. I think Mad Hatter is somehow going to break out of Arkham with the help of Barnes. He's going to release him. Now, Barnes is going crazy, and I don't know why Barnes wouldn't just automatically kill Mad Hatter, but maybe Mad Hatter can put him under his spell or whatever, and he uses freaking Barnes as his, like, muscle. And that's how he's gonna break out of Arkham and eventually go and find all his vials of blood and freaking make the whole Arkham City crazy. Gotham City, not, I was thinking about the game and blah, whatever. Gotham City, freaking Mad Hatter will make Gotham City all crazy with the blood stuff, and I think he's going to use Barnes to help him get out of freaking Arkham Asylum. I will say this, you guys that thought that Barnes would be the Judge, he did have a very judgy vibe. I will give you that, although I never thought he was going to be the Judge because that is a two-faced personality, but the whole, like, I am judge, jury, executioner kind of thing, I can see why you got there. So applause to you that thought that. Like I said, I never thought it was going to be that, but I could see why you thought that, so I give you props on that. Another thing, damn, Barnes was brutal as fuck. Hanging those dudes, chopping up and ripping other dudes apart. Homeboy was crazy, and I just want to put that out there. He was gachos. Before I move on to the whole Ivy thing, we saw a little bit of Lee and Gordon happening again. On the horizon, I don't know. Very possible. But again, in the next episode, we see Falcone being coming into the picture. So is some drama gonna happen there? That's gonna happen between freaking Gordon, Falcone's son, and Lee? Is that gonna be a part of the drama? I don't know. I'm telling you guys, eventually they're gonna get back together, I think, too. I think they still want to smash papas all the time. But we'll see. And I'm telling you, Falcone is going to be the new head of the Falcone family and doing his business, and he's going to be a mobster. That guy just looks like a fucking mobster instead of a doctor. Am I right? Now on to Poison Ivy and her revealing herself to Selina. First off, we saw that Ivy was dating a guy or just using her looks to get to a guy so she could steal from him. And turns out that he's being wanted by the Court of Owls, apparently, and she steals the one damn thing, and I should emphasis on one. She steals one thing from this guy who has a room of super priceless things, and this chick only steals one damn thing. When if you walk in and you see there is a whole jewelry case of freaking diamond encrusted necklaces, and she just takes one freaking thing. Like, did she not learn anything from Selina? I don't know. But anyway, so she steals this one thing, and it happens to be the one thing the Court of Owls want, and that leads her to freaking Selina's hideout, which I thought it was hilarious that she just nonchalantly was all like, I'm Ivy, blah, blah, blah. I can't believe you don't remember me. And it was just super chill. Like, it was the chillest reveal ever. Like, Ivy, like, don't you know, blah, blah. And it was just, like, super chill, and Selina was just like, what? I want to give a shout out to the actress that plays Ivy. I forget her name. Megan something, I think. I don't know. I could be totally wrong on that. But I like how she is able to play, like, Ivy's personality as an adult. Like, because as I was watching this actress portray Ivy, she still seemed to have the mentality of a kid. Like, that was her, how she's playing it. And that's exactly what should happen. Her freaking mindset isn't just going to change. and be an adult. Like, that didn't evolve. She still has the mind of a teenager, which I thought that was really good. And she's like very naive about like, oh my god, when you look like this, guys just give you stuff. So I thought that was pretty good, and good on you, Gotham, for pointing that out, that her mind, like her freaking mindset isn't going to just evolve like her body did. So good on you. Hopefully she does evolve to learn to use her stuff. Now I will also point out that I fucking love that Ivy is still doing plant stuff, and they revealed that she's able to mix chemicals and stuff from plants to cause, like, you know, hallucinations or whatever. I didn't even say that word properly. But she's able to start manipulating plants to make them work for her, which I think is really interesting because we all know that is something that Ivy does later on. So again, props to you on that, Gotham. So we know that Selina calls Bruce for his help. When Ivy shows up, Ivy's all like, why the hell did you call this guy? And Bruce is like, why is she here? That's when Selina starts questioning her. We find out that she's in trouble, and then assassin dudes show up. Before assassins do show up, freaking Bruce is all like, well, you do look nice, Ivy. Bruce! Bro! When you're trying to date another girl, you don't go around saying their friends look really nice. That is a no-no, Bruce. I know you're still learning to do the whole Playboy thing, bro, but damn, don't get yourself caught in that box right now. You're gonna be in the doghouse no matter how much money you got, bro. Anyways, the assassins show up. Of course, they get away from them, and they go back to where the guy is. Bruce offers up $5,000 for a diamond, or what looked like to be a diamond, that was obviously worth way more than $5,000. And Selina's just like, you're so stupid. This guy has millions of dollars and you're gonna take $5,000 for this freaking diamond. Whatever. So Ivy still doesn't know what the hell she's doing, which I find hilarious. And it's good for the character right now. Hopefully she evolves over the next few episodes. But they go back to where Ivy stole the guy. He's got an arrow in his freaking eye. Ivy's all like, I didn't fucking do that shit. So they have to go stay at Wayne Manor for their safety. And that's pretty much where the story ends there. Bruce is like, you guys will stay here until we know what's going on. But when they broke the freaking diamond, because freaking Selina threw it, or whoever threw it, that revealed that there was a key inside. It wasn't actually a diamond, it was a key to something. What is that key to? And it's obviously something to do with the Court of Owls, because at the end of the freaking episode, we see some guys going through Selina's stuff, and they find a hidden passageway that has a freaking news clipping with a photo of Bruce Wayne in it, and it's basically the clipping from when the night the Waynes died. Now, one of you asked me on Twitter, Juice, can you explain this? And all it is really that this is just gonna show the Court of Owls where to find Selina Kyle. If she has a paper clipping of Bruce Wayne, she's probably friends with Bruce Wayne, so they're going to check out the mansion now and see if he has the key, because why would this random street girl have a hidden photocopy or like newspaper hidden in the wall of a kid whose family got murdered? It has a photo of Bruce Wayne, so they're just going to use that as a lead to go find out if she's there with him to get this key back, because this key is apparently really important. Again, if you saw the previews to the next episode, you see that they talk about the Court of Owls, and I believe these assassins are with Talon. Talon is going to be in the next episode. So it's just basically these assassins are the Court of Owls, and they are trying to find this key. So the biggest question is, what the hell is this key to? I personally have no freaking idea what this key could be to, but I'm going to assume that it is going to be something that leads to answers for Bruce Wayne, and that is why he's going to want to find out what this key does. And I believe they are going to meet each other in the next episode. I can't really remember. But it would be cool if this key led to like a maze. And if that makes any sense to you, you've read The Court of Owls, and they put Batman in a maze and he has to try to survive through it, and he starts going crazy in it and shit. That would be cool if Bruce found this key, he found out where it went to, and it led him to this maze, and this maze would, if he gets through the maze, it would get him all the answers he wants. That would just be something really cool to see in the episode. That's not going to happen, but it would just be really fun and interesting, and like a little paying homage to that comic, since we're already using the Court of Owls. That's totally not going to happen, but that doesn't mean that the key can't lead to something cool. And what could it lead to? I want to know what you guys think this key will lead to. I feel like it's going to lead to all of the answers that Bruce would want. He's going to be able to find out how the court operates, how they run Gotham, all of that kind of shit. Maybe all of their plans, maybe all of their founders who are like maybe in cryo chambers or whatever, because you know they want to live forever. That's the reason why they have freaking Hugo Strange working on a way to make people live forever or bring back people from the dead because they want to do that. What if that key leads to a chamber of all of the assassins that they have, like, you know, freaking buried or whatever, or in mummified body cases or whatever? I don't know what I mean. Like, you know what I mean? What if he finds, like, the tomb where all of the talents throughout all the centuries are? I feel like the key's got to lead to something interesting. It would be kind of stupid if it just leads to a place where it's like, here's a file of how we killed the Waynes. Like, that would be a really letdown of whatever. So I'm really hoping this key leads to something really badass. But I'm really kind of up in the air on what it could lead to, because there is not like this little key or anything that leads to anything in the comic. Anyways, let me know what you think that little key is for in the comment section down below. Guys and gals, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with all your Gotham buddies. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for all things nerdy and geeky on this channel. As always, I am your host, JUICEbox. Remember, when you wake up in the morning, ask yourself something. Have I had my daily dose of juice? See you guys next time. Bye!